Right, good evening ladies and gents, welcome to Crypto Chat UK. It's just a quick video tonight because absolutely knackered today. It was my birthday yesterday, had a couple of glasses of wine, and I'm getting to that age now, just can't handle it anymore, such a pussy. And I worked a bit late today as well, so feeling a bit rough. So just a quick video on a couple of thoughts I have at the current position the market's in. There is a couple of videos I want to do for you about analysing it and about the tools you can use. You don't really need to have these tools and use these tools, but it's handy to know about them. Okay? As I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. This stuff is just done from my own research and my own concept of where it is at the moment. So definitely do your own research and make the decisions on where you want to go and which cryptos you want to be in. I'm not going to speak about specific cryptos today as such. I might go through a couple. But it's just a quick video to look at what I'm thinking currently at the moment. If you look at the market capitalization, it's currently on 369 billion. Now it's also been pretty static. It's been pretty boring for quite a period since a couple of big drops. It's a little bit up and down. I think it's been playing around definitely between 400 and 500 billion, but also a little bit less sometimes, a little bit more. It's currently at 369, like I said. This, to me, is looking like a perfect time to buy. In my opinion, and what I've been thinking about for a while, is the second quarter. I originally thought, certainly by the beginning of the second quarter of this year, would perhaps turn into an upward trend, even possibly a bullish market. And I think that's something to think about. But certainly if it doesn't happen early in the second quarter, I reckon it'll happen to the latter part of it. So even if you bought now and it dropped a little bit, you've still got some huge gains to go, in my opinion. So the thing is with this is, I reckon, in my opinion, it's going to happen sooner, but it could happen later. But I certainly think, certainly by the mid-year, you could be looking at some serious gains. So, you know, if you take a look at any coins you've been considering, you've been told about, you've perhaps been doing some research on, I am going to do some videos on how to research them and so forth. I might dabble a little bit here. But there's a couple of different things you can do. You could go on the real safe bets, like what are a more secure position for you, which are normally the cryptos, not just in the top 100, but certainly the top section of the top 100 is a good idea. Because they are the fundamentals. Some of them are the fundamentals. So if you look at the fundamentals of the blockchain, the tools that are used for the blockchain, they could be a blockchain themselves. They could be some tools that are used for it. So something that's got a solid value to the crypto world. I will be going through stuff like that in the future and telling you the types and the different kind of genres of cryptocurrencies. And the reasons for why they're a good idea and why more likely they have some staying power. But if you look at some of the, I mean, there's some definitely items here that we go on. There's some exceptions to my rule, which is looking for investing in stuff with a smaller circulating supply. If you look at Bitcoin, for example, it's currently 16 million. That, I've said it before, that'll never be more than 21 million. That's how it's set at. Ethereum's got a limit on that. It's currently 98 million. Still a low supply. If you look at these. Now, normally I won't go for the high supplies, but there are the exceptions to the rule. Ripple XRP is one of them. You're bound to hear about that. There is contention in the crypto world about Ripple and whether it's a genuine decentralized or genuine cryptocurrency. But that is, in my opinion, a very solid bet, due to the size of the supply, which I will discuss in another video if you don't know about that and how it works and how it relates to how much it'll be worth each coin or each token in some cases. Due to the supply, I will discuss that even more so. Okay, so there's plenty at the top here that are really good. I mean, I would certainly say possibly the whole of the top 20 are good to look at. Certainly they're good to look at. Most of them will probably be a solid bet, in my opinion. There is some lower down, of course. I mean, even up here, there's still some cheap ones. If you look at, I'm not interested in Tron, but you can have a look at Tron if you like. But if you look at NEMS at 44 cents, 28 cents for Stellar Lumens, Now with Stellar, that's one of the people who came up with Ripple XRP. Cardano, ADA Cardano. Now that is more likely destined to be huge. I won't go through the crypto itself, but if you do some research on it, now that is more than likely going to be huge. Now that is another exception to the rule on the supply. But the basics of what I'm saying to you is, if you look at the graphs on the right hand side, you can see how fairly static it's been. It's had its ups and downs, all of them, but in general it hasn't been too exciting. Certainly not as exciting as it normally is. And I think we're at quite a low and we're probably ready for some big movement. Now, the other thing is there's some tools coming out that are helping the market along as well, and that will help to get people involved and make it easier and more user friendly for them. One of them's Ethos, which there is, if you look down here, in fact I'll type it in here. If you look at Ethos, used to be Bitcoins. I first invested in this when it was Bitcoins. Call it $3.19. If you look at where it got to at its highest point, this is when the market was really high. You know, over $10. But even down here, you look at December where it was and how it was going up just before January, and then you look at January, it went high. Now, this market is probably due some upward trend and some real serious upward movement. Now, when these programs come out, the software, the tools for the job, the applications like the Ethos app, which will be for the phone and your desktop apparently, the first version of this is coming out. So people are going to jump on this and it's going to make things user friendly. So if it is as good as what they say, that could certainly assist in the market going up a great deal. Okay, so that's something to think about on its own. Obviously, if you've got coins that you're interested in, have a look at them. If you've already in coins but you wanted to get some more and you want a re-entry point, I think now is a good time. And if you've got coins that you wanted an entry point for the first time and you've been keeping an eye on not quite been the price you wanted, that's worth looking at as well. But don't forget, if you do invest at this point and it goes down a little bit, yeah, I think you're still, in my opinion, you're still going to have got it at a good price. Okay, so I think this could be a really good time, a good opportunity to get involved if you haven't already, and to get some of them entry points if you are in already, and re-entry points. So have a look at it. If there's anything you want me to cover in itself, don't forget, I'll give you a quick one here. If you want to do a research on anything, say for example Cardano, ADA, you can go onto it here. This is a brief for you, only a quick look at it. You can obviously click on the website. I click on announcements as well, and then you can look at the white paper. I don't concentrate on the white papers if I'm honest, but I do look at the roadmap and stuff. But you can have a look through all of the information here. You can also go down and look at the teams behind these things, what it actually is. There's if you learn more, you can look at the roadmap. You can go down. That's the wallet. And you can have a look at everything they've got, the Facebook, the Twitter, the forums. Reddit's a good thing to go and get involved in. And have a look at all the stuff. I'm not going to go through this for you today, but that's a good idea. And if you get to the team, you can have a look at each individual team member as well. Okay, you can find out what it's about and find out. Go through the information that's there. You can obviously look at the markets as well and who they're on. Now, obviously with ADA Cardano, it's been allowed on many coin exchanges. So I've said it before, Bittrex, Binance, they are two fantastic ones, and I use them all the time. If it's on there, that's where I'll get them from. There is other ones as well. So I would have a really good look through it. Sorry it's such a brief, just off the cuff thing. I hope there's some helpful information, but it's probably a time to seriously think about investing if you haven't invested yet, and reinvesting. As I said before, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research, have a good look at it, but this could be the time to get some massive gains if you're getting in at this time, and I think it is the right time. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to be looking at some re-entry points and entry points. Now, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I am a new YouTuber, could do with all the help I could get, and if there's anything you want me to look at, if there's anything that you want to discuss that I mentioned in this video, just give us a shout anytime. Okay, cheers.